pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now we'll take a moment of silence. Thank you. Well, welcome everyone. It's an exciting night. There's a lot more people than usually show up to these sorts of meetings. We're going to start off tonight. Every month we honor our students from different buildings. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Tom Michael.
So tonight we will start off with Mill Creek East and this one.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's on.
I was an elementary teacher, I can talk loud. So I am super excited to bring to you tonight Savneet Gill. She is a fourth grader at Mill Creek East, and she's been there since I've been there, and I've watched her grow up just as sweet as they come. And she was nominated by her homeroom teacher, Mrs. Laura Tolan, and I'm going to let Mrs. Tolan tell you. Oh, first of all, who did you bring with you tonight?
My mom.
Mom, you gotta wave, Mom. Hi. So I'll let Mrs. Tolan now tell you how wonderful she is.
So she paid me to tell you how wonderful she is. No, Savvy is great. She is so helpful. She's so kind. Every day at the end of the day, she's pestering me for what else I can put her to work doing. She also has the very important job in my class of Hey Savvy. So when, I don't know, I have some kids who maybe aren't paying attention, I can say, Hey Savvy, and she'll repeat what the directions are for those wonderful kids, because I can count on her to be paying attention. She's also great at taking selfies on my phone when I've left it somewhere. She is just always got a great personality, great smile. She works hard. She's a great friend to everybody, and she just brings joy to my day every day.
So we're honored to bring her as our student of the month.
All right, next up is Ms. Schaefer and Mill Creek West.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I'm good. I was a middle school teacher. Whoa. Yeah, so I have with us Hadley Thompson and her teacher, Miss Weigel. Hadley, who did you bring with you tonight?
Dad, Mama, Papa.
You brought the whole family. That is wonderful. So Hadley has been there also the whole time I've been there, as well as just Hadley is one of those quiet, reserved kids that is always doing the right thing, regardless of who is watching, and she could not be a better example of what we want our future cadets to be. So this is a very well-deserving award, and I will let her teacher tell you why she nominated her.
So Hadley has shown excellence in attitude, actions, and achievement in the following ways. She's always following our class expectations and setting a positive example in the hallway, classroom, specials, rooms, and cafeteria. She follows directions the first time, comes to class prepared and ready to learn. Her actions show excellence by participating in class, trying her best even when she is not sure of the answer, and being an example that it's okay to make mistakes, but it's not okay not to try. She stepped out of her comfort zone by applying for student council this year. She is definitely one of the quieter members of our class and does not like the spotlight. This is not very comfortable for her. Knowing she would have to record her speech to be seen by the whole fourth grade took a lot of courage. And when the outcome was not in her favor, she humbly smiled, even with a hint of tears, and went about her day. I encouraged her to try again next year, and she agreed she would. I sincerely hope she does that because she is a positive example of leadership and excellence. And lastly, she was a member of our Spell Bowl team this year. She worked on learning over 750 words and was one of our most consistent with the weekly quizzes, scoring higher than many of our 5th grade members on our team. She's a perfect example that not all leaders have to be loud to be a leader, and she leads by her example and humility.
Very good.
Up next is Mr. Shepherd and Middlefield.
Okay, our CMS Student of the Month is Keegan Oakes. Keegan is a great young man, leads by example. He's kind to others, gives 110% in all he does. He's also a basketball player and is having a great basketball season. And he exhibits everything we want in a cadet. And he was nominated by Mrs. Carr. So I'll have her, and thank you for coming.
Okay.
I'll first hear about Keegan.
No worries. Well, I was gonna say, Mr. Shepherd said a lot of what his teachers also said. When we were asked to select a student who exemplifies the traits of a cadet, the 7th grade team quite easily selected one name. This fine gentleman next to me. Input from his teachers created the following descriptions of Keegan, and I know he's probably gonna, get a little embarrassed, but we mean that with all our hearts. Keegan is an excellent student and a great addition to our school. He is dedicated to learning. He's kind to his fellow classmates and teachers, and he's always ready to jump into whatever task we are doing each day. He is a positive light, and he does the right thing even when no one is specifically watching. He has an excellent work ethic and a kind heart. He is committed to improving and strives to do his best on all his tasks, all while smiling and showing kindness to others. He is a solid student, athlete, and leader, and he is an even better human being. We are pleased to present this for you.
And last but not least is Ms. Crone for the high school.
For the high school, we have Court Hubner. He's going to come on up here. Who did you bring, Court?
I brought my parents right there.
Awesome. Well, welcome, guys. I'm going to feel really short.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. There we go. That's better. He was nominated by his calculus teacher, Mr. Osball. So I'm going to start by reading what Mr. Osball wrote about him. Court is doing an outstanding job in AP Calculus, consistently demonstrating strong insight and willingness to engage deeply with challenging material. He isn't afraid to answer questions, take risks, or to think out loud. Even when an answer isn't correct, Court's curiosity and genuine desire to learn push him to keep working until he arrives at a solution. His persistence and intellectual humility make him a standout learner in the classroom. So beyond Court just being an absolutely fantastic role model, I decided to kind of do a deep dive, and I didn't want to get these numbers wrong. So here's just some of the numbers we have on Court. He has an impressive 4.36 weighted GPA and a 3.99 unweighted GPA. He is 5th out of 134 students in the senior class. He is on track to graduate with a 440 academic honors diploma, and all of this is just a reflection of his dedication and commitment. So beyond that, I also wrote this down, that just some of his AP courses, he has had a rigorous course load with AP English Literature, AP Environmental Science, AP US History, AP Government, Honors Biology, Honors Chem. As we said, he's also in AP Calculus. And to get to AP Calculus, he had to take a string of very difficult math courses. So that being said, beyond just, as I said, being a fantastic role model, we could not be prouder to have Court be our high school student of the month. So congratulations.
Before we we move into our second grade stuff, those, for student of the month. Okay. You stick around, we'd like to do some photos. We're gonna do second grade presentation and then football presentation or recognition, and then we'll have an intermission after that for photos and all the things. So, with that said.
So every month we try to have one of our schools do a presentation. So this month we're fortunate to have our second graders come in and give us a snippet of their program.
Second row.
We're getting ready for Christmas. We never
We want to thank Micaiah because she does such an incredible job with all of our music students. And we have our program this Friday, last year of your program next Wednesday. So if you need more Christmas spirit, come join us because it's fabulous.
You put that down, we're gonna save Plus your muscles. All right, so next up on our agenda is to recognize the Class 3A football state champions. We're going to turn this over to Mr. Stevens here in a minute, but a few of us want to say a couple of words. I'm not very good off the cuff, so I have to type all my stuff down. So if you catch me reading, it's not because I don't care. It's not promise from the heart. So you already know that your community is proud of your accomplishments. I'd like to take the time to honor you by acknowledging the significance of your state title. Years ago, when most of you were in middle school, there are several people right here in this room here tonight that made a commitment to changing the culture of Cascade athletics. The way to change a culture is to make sure all parties buy into the expectation of success. It started with your parents, supporting you by accommodating your weight room schedules, your off-season workouts, and making sure you always had a way to practice. They supported you in times when maybe it wasn't possible for you to get a job, and they were hard on you when appropriate, but have never stopped loving you. When changing a culture, it also requires school administration has to accept nothing less than excellence when hiring coaches, finding the right teams to play, finding the right conference, and supporting our coaches when they resolve conflict along the way. When changing a culture, your school board, superintendent, assistant superintendent must work hard to provide the very best resources and facilities that give our student athletes the best tools to achieve this excellence. And finally, but most importantly, it's you, student athletes. You have to put in the work. You have to buy into what your coaches are telling you that will get you to the next level. You have to lift each other up when it's hard and never get down on a teammate when you fail or when they fail. And giving back to this community that we all love so much. You have achieved the excellence that we all talked about years ago. You have changed the culture from just being acceptable to nothing less than expect excellence. That, I believe, is the significance of being the first state title football champions in school history. Congratulations to the players, coaches, and Mr. Stevens. You make all of us incredibly proud to be a cadet.
I just want to take a minute to congratulate you also and tell you that I've been watching Cascade football now for 5 decades, 2 centuries, and 2 millenniums. And you guys are by far the best team I've ever seen. One of the best coached teams I've ever seen. Not only that, I was involved with Cascade football 2 different times, in 2 different centuries, or 2 different millennials. And very proud of you. Just to let you know that I also watch TikTok. And I get a lot of feeds now of still about the state championship weekend, and it's just really enjoyable to watch. And congratulations. Thank you.
So I thought about maybe what was appropriate or not to say. Obviously, everybody is super proud of what you guys were able to do. How many of you guys have seen the movie Miracle? The 1980 hockey team? Wow.
They're not very old.
You should definitely watch it. So it's not a miracle that you won the state title, but the turnaround in the program is nothing short of miraculous. Not a great success story, and especially the leadership and the group of seniors that you have there certainly worked and put in the time. I have been very blessed to be a part of a lot of you kids from the youth level, and to see you accomplish a state title at our school, I couldn't be more proud. And Dayton and I had a chat that night on the gym floor, and just, especially for the juniors and seniors, you'll be the first ones to move on to the next step. But if you've seen the movie Miracle, it's a great show. A lot of hard work. 90% of the movie is almost looks like it's no fun, and because of the work and the things they're putting in. But the payoff was 100% worth it. I imagine a lot of the work you guys put in was similar. But the end of the movie, when they run the credits, they're showing the success of where those people ended up in life, president of this company, owner of this company, and all of the things that they achieved after the sports. So juniors and seniors, like, this may be one of the best things you have accomplished to date. Don't let this be your last. Continue to work, continue to see the success. Let this be a springboard for your future.
did not prepare anything, and didn't plan to speak, but I can't pass this opportunity to this group. I just wrote down a couple notes. Culture is extremely important in what you do with the rest of your lives. That's why culture matters at Cascade. It's the reason that the investment in academics, athletics, all the extracurricular things, we should be excellent in everything we do. When you build that culture, what seems impossible, to have walked into this group of freshmen to seniors now, when you were 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders and said, you're gonna go play at Lucas Oil Stadium, you're gonna go 15-0, you have the greatest football season in the history of the school, do you believe you can do it? And no one would have questioned you if you would have said, that seems impossible. What you've proven to yourselves that will lead you and where you go after Cascade is that nothing is impossible. You surround yourself with the right people, you put in the right amount of work, and who you choose to be is completely up to you. No one else gets to predetermine that. No one else gets to decide it for you. I'm an incredibly proud member of this community. You all should be incredibly proud of what you have done, but I couldn't agree with Tom more. This is the start of where you're headed, and that's why culture and Cascade matters. So thank you very much.
I don't not to say anything, but I feel like I need to. I am in my 14th year on the school board, and I started because I saw some things we needed to change. And I feel like we have made tremendous changes, not only academically, which we definitely have, but obviously sports-wise. And you guys, I mean, the girls softball team helped prove it last year, and you guys obviously proved it again. And, you know, my 6 kids came through here. I graduated from here. Could not be more proud to be a cadet. And when I told my kids, you know, I screamed it to them, hey, would they chance again? And they're like, what? No way, because it just was unheard of. When I graduated from here, they graduated from here, and just could not be more proud of what you guys have shown Indiana and, you know, possibly even the whole United States, what Cascade has done. And the shout out that was made on the field that, hey, we're a small public school, look what we did, and shout out to the smaller kids that, hey, we did it, you guys can do it too. That was just everything that, you know, going back down to the little kids, keep it going, pay it back. That just shows the heart that this whole team has and this whole community has. I just love it. Congratulations.
Mr. Stevens.
First off, I want to publicly thank everybody that donated towards the football rings and the jerseys. Happy to say we've met that goal, so thank you very much. That's just a show of the strength of our community and how the community backs our student athletes and students in general. So thank you for all those donors. It's hard to believe, for almost 60 years, Cascade hadn't won a single state title in athletics. And softball, 18 months ago, breaks that ceiling. And Nick and I have talked about a success breeds success. So to be here 18 months later, celebrating the 2nd state championship with a different program in Cascade history is overwhelming. For 10 years, I was looking for that magic pill of I want our school and I want our community to have a state championship, and we found it. It's a mixture of the right kids, the right coaches, community support, and you got to have a little bit of luck along the way. We talked about that when softball won, and the same with football. Watching the Big Ten championship Saturday night, first of all, boys, I want to tell you, you have fans, not just from Indiana. I had a lot of my AD buddies from across the Midwest texting me that night, congratulating the cadets because they know the accomplishment that you created. And I am really looking forward to this weekend going to national conference. It's going to be fun talking about you guys. But watching that Big Ten championship, when it was over, I had a lot of text messages saying, and for the Purdue people, I'm sorry, they were saying there's a lot of similarities between IU football and Cascade football. There's a lot of parallels. Traditionally, Cascade football has not had a tremendous amount of success. You'd have some years that you'd have pretty good years, then you had some growing years, just like IU. But when you get that magic pill with the coaches, players, community, a little bit of luck, championships happen. So I wish I could sell that to other ADs and go, there's how you win a state championship. Boys, what you have done obviously is a huge accomplishment. What you have done will not be talked about for years. It will be talked about for generations in this community. I am really proud of you. So congratulations. I'm putting him on the spot. Coach Simmons, I will say this. He's the best football coach in the state of Indiana. We're lucky to have him.
I just have two things. It's kind of going back to kind of what these guys said. When a coach is looking for a school to go to and be a head coach, I think they're looking for two things. They're looking for support and asking for time. And I think we have one of the best support systems from top to bottom in the state, hands down, from admin to school board, to our athletic director, to our parents. We have the best community and the best support in the state, hands down. And the second is time. And I say that because you, as a school board, right, you're hiring a coach that has a vision, and that coach wants time to carry out that vision. And I can't thank our school board enough and our administration enough for allowing myself and our coaches to carry out our vision for our football program to end at a Lucas Oil Stadium state championship. And this is just the beginning. Okay, this is just the beginning. We're going to keep the standard high, and we're going to push it even further. And this is hopefully not a one-time thing. And we want to continuously be pushing excellence on the field, in the weight room, in everything we do in life, from at least our program, and hopefully it carries on to all the other programs in the school. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys' support. And you guys are well done.
Can we gather them real quick up
Yeah.
here with the trophy to get a picture?
Yep.
Players. You guys got to squeeze together so we get this picture.
Also, we'll go ahead and take that intermission for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Student of the month, over here, my name, please.
Right there with
All right. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Hey, look at me. Wait,
Wave Hunter. Congratulations, buddy.
Friday goes until.
Did they do an appearance fee on that? Did they do an appearance fee?
We haven't got NIL done
I walked in the gym with her.
Oh, yeah. I was excited. It's very nice to Good night. I feel like this. I'm doing everything, Pat. Like it feels like all these
I just think they're not that heavy. It's not as heavy as I expected. My husband has issues in his leg.
It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Miles, congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Maybe. I've had
So what do we got? We still have the Eli Williams. Our buddies from the band.
It's a lot of hard work, 6 years of work to get to this opportunity. That was like, there's a change. One of the sections. Go along.
Yes, just go more. Let's just go more. Let's just go more.
Yeah, okay. Did that?
They're nice, man, like this real Brazilian wood.
See you guys.
Okay, so, are we good on the? Let's go ahead and move into, at this time, is there any public comment on tonight's agenda items? No comment, we'll move forward. Consent agenda, looks like we have consideration of minutes for November 12th, financials, donations. We do payroll, personnel, and all those things.
Yep.
So payroll, personnel documents, and claims for the consent agenda. Are there any questions on any of those items?
Comment.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The only comment I want to make, if you look at the financials, you will see the operation fund shows as negative. That is just because our revenue comes in June and December. So it's just a timing issue. It's not really a negative balance outside of just timing of revenue from taxes.
That's my apologies, Brian. You got anything else?
Nope, that's the only one.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Sorry. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries 5-0. And looks like new business items for disposal.
If you don't mind, I'll do both at the same time.
Okay.
First one is technology. It's just some projectiles we're looking to dispose of. Second one is football helmets and jerseys. We just felt like with, so part of the state championship side is we're allowing students to buy their old football helmets at an appreciated rate of what they would be today. And then the football jerseys we will actually be giving to all the kids as part of the fundraising that took place as well. So they'll get their state championship jerseys. All items will be replaced. And we make sure we raise enough money to replace the jerseys. And the football helmets, we're on a replacement schedule. Some of those that it works out well for us too. But we just felt like since they would be leaving and they still have a useful life, we can just make sure the board approve those items. Correct. Yeah, that one is just going to be very family specific. They are, most of them are going to be around $650 for cost, so they're still a little pricey. But we've had a few families reach out and it works out that we can replace them on the back end if they're paying that power.
And the jerseys, that is the money raised, were they on schedule to have replacement jerseys anyways?
These will be, I believe, about 2 years early. Okay. So they would have been used still if we had not done that.
Does anybody have any questions on that?
Yeah, on the jerseys, is that just the whites or the?
It will just be the whites with the state championship patch on.
Patch on it.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 5-0. And transfer students.
Yeah, so transfer students, I'm gonna let Kale kind of walk through the process. We included the transfer list for you. We're not looking at that tonight just because it does have some personal information for some of the families in it. At least publicly not open. And we also include our passing numbers just so you can reference back to those. Those were approved earlier this year. We're not asking for a change in those numbers, but I'll allow Kale to kind of walk through the process.
So this is a process that Brian and I wanted to put a little bit more guardrails around the parameters and get more input from specifically building administrators before we just approved kids one at a time during the transfer window. So the transfer windows for the second semester opens in mid-November, stays open through the middle of December. So technically it is open. We could have more non-resident transfer students leak in here after tonight. But currently we have about a dozen students plus little cadets. Student is going to be coming into the corporation, so about 13 overall. Again, we could have a few more. If any trickle in past this date, we'll do another batch approval at the January board meeting. But so in the past, this was a unilateral decision made by the superintendent and kids were added one at a time. We wanted to gather stakeholder input, send records to the principals so that they could make an informed decision about the students that were coming or that we would be choosing not to accept in the non-resident transfer process window. We outlined the terms for accepting or denying non-resident transfer students for the administrators. Once we received information from the transferring school, we went over those documents with the administrators, sought their feedback, opinions, provided a list of who we felt met those criteria for the transfer process. And then so it'll be a batch approval. All students will start for second semester, pending board approval.
So since there is criteria that we have to follow, if you get a building administrator that says, I really don't think we should take this person, we're not just we still are if they meet the criteria.
Yes.
If we have open enrollment, we have to take them.
Correct. And then that's part of their education too, because we've never done it this way. In the past, it was, here's a kid, here's a kid, here's a kid. And it was kind of like, well, hold on, I didn't even get to prepare. Some students are coming with, a student may come with an IEP, a 504. We want to make sure the principals and our school staff are ready for those students and prepared for when those students come to us, especially if they have special needs. We want to make sure that our people are ready to go.
Makes sense.
The lined out things, are we turning those
Lined out is denial
denial based on class sizes?
based on criteria. We did not have any due to class size. We did have some second grade. We had one family agree to enroll at Mill Creek West instead of Mill Creek East. Second grade is bigger at East than it is at West. And that family was actually very appreciative of that. Mom was actually excited when she described both buildings. She was like, I think West would fit our family structure better anyway. So that was a great opportunity for them. There are 3 names that are grayed out. Those coming from a particular school, they were going to come in, but then the kids started sports. So mom decided to stay home. Stay with the current school for the rest of this school year and then reapply during the summer for the start of next school year.
So are you asking us to approve this list, or are you just explaining to us?
Yes, so that was just me explaining the new process that we're using, but what we need to do now is say yes to these students, or yes or no to this group of students to add to us, to become cadets for semester 2, 25-26.
You said there are 12 new.
Yes,
13, including the
little cadet.
Does anybody else have any questions? Thank you, Caleb.
You're welcome.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries 5-0. Was that grade level capacity that we just passed? Okay, so we're moving into grade level capacity.
No action on that, that was just information as part of that.
I understand. Administrator contracts, 25-26 and 26-27.
So including your packets, administrator contracts, if you remember as we walked through teacher negotiations and the IAs had been no administrators receiving a raise this year. So the dollar salary amount did not change. However, the language we did change is we went uniform across the board on how we are doing the benefit section of each one. In the past, everyone had their own unique benefit line item that was a little different, so we wanted to clean that up. We walked through what that change in cost structure was in the past. And for many of our administrators, it wasn't a change, it was about 3 individuals. And we did have individual conversations with each administrator on what that change looked like for them personally. So it is not a surprise to any of our administrators either. So we would just ask that you approve that change for the administrator contracts for the 25-26 and 26-27 contracts.
We are approving all of these contracts as well. Though, right?
Correct, yes, you're approving the contracts.
Okay. Does anybody have any question on those?
So are we all on the same term now?
Yes, everyone is
Two-year
on a
rotation.
2-year contract, so they run through the 26-27 school year. And then you're not seeing myself You're not seeing Mr. Hill either because the language has already changed in his when you approved him to hire about a month ago or 2 months ago.
Anybody else? Anything? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
Excuse me, I'll make a motion to approve contracts.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carries 5-0. We'll start with Brian, superintendent report.
Only real item in enrollment, you'll see we've lost a couple kids that we've gone through the years. One of the important things for us is that open enrollment process. Currently up 2 kids compared to last year. When we did our count day in October, we were up about 15 kids, just about even. The little cadets not included in that official count number. And then if we get a couple extra here in the next few weeks, that could push us back to exactly number. Other item, construction update, not a whole lot this cycle through. We did meet today with Myron Agem and Ari Diamond to kind of walk through really I'll call it the 3 other spaces in the lobby of the auditorium to start getting some numbers on that to kind of plan out. So Richard and I are working through some of those pieces to then have that conversation with the board at a later date on how we want to proceed with really those kind of 2 main sections that weren't in the original project scope, or at least included in the bidding of the original project scope is probably a better way to put it.
What does your gut tell you on the first run through the numbers?
It's going to be really, really, really tight. So I need to sit down and make sure my numbers are right. We can probably do it, but it's going to be really tight. It may be a case of we pick one of those 2 big sections to do and then leave one for a later piece.
Okay. All right, thank you. Caleb, master plan.
Sure. So a couple items for me that you can find on my November updates. First is fall conferences for principals and administrators. Just want to express my appreciation for allowing admin the opportunity to go to these conferences, build networks of support for themselves, for their school buildings, and to bring back high quality items to change the culture, climate, instruction that's provided at their schools. So the IASP separates out assistant principals from principals. We actually had a couple of presentations I presented at the principals conference. Mrs. Schaefer, probably our administrators to have those memberships to IASP and to go to those conferences and develop their networks. We did have 2 staff members who received some state level recognition recently, and I would like to have them come in person to next month's meeting, but I'll just let the cat out of the bag right now, and then we'll talk more about them next month. But we have Mrs. Stuckey, the school counselor at Cascade Middle School. She was selected by the Indiana School Counselor Association for the state of Indiana as the middle school counselor of the year and the elementary counselor of the year to determine the state level. That went to the high school selection. Unfortunately, Mrs. Stuckey didn't make the overall, but she has been recognized as the middle school counselor of the year for the state of Indiana. And then Miss Lindsay Hall, 5th grade at Mill Creek East. The IDOE selected her for the Dedicated Educator Excellence Award. That did come with a cash prize for Ms. Hall, so she was very excited by that. And she was recognized at the IDOE Gala. I would like to have both of those ladies come next month so that we can, publicly recognize them in front of the group, probably with the kids that we do for our Excellence Awards. iLearn checkpoint window closed. Remember, the state is now doing formative checkpoints with the iLearn. So 3 formative checkpoints throughout the year, and then the kids take the summative test at the end of the year. Checkpoint 1 is done. So comparative data is coming in. Our 3rd through 8th graders are at a 55% proficiency level in math scores and 41% proficiency in ELA. And you have to keep in mind, these are not overall cumulative like letter scores. They are proficiency level scores. So now what the teachers will do through professional development and their team meetings, they'll take that data, determine what students need intervention, determine how to modify their curriculum, how to adjust supports for students who are not achieving the proficiency, make adjustments, and move forward to checkpoint 2. So checkpoint 2 opened immediately after number 1 closed and will stay open. Our students are scheduled to test when we come back from winter break. We're not testing prior to winter break. We'll come back and test when we return from winter break. End of January is when most schools will be testing for checkpoint 2. And then checkpoint 3 will come around spring break. And then CCR updates. When I say we, Cascade High School administrators, Matt Miller and myself, we went down to visit Brown County Eagle Enterprises at Brown County High School, and at Brown County Middle School, they have Eaglet Enterprises. So they are running the largest student-run business in the state of Indiana. So it was really, really neat to see what those students are doing throughout the day in production-wise and gaining work-based learning experience while they're enrolled in high school and earning credits. And running a business that impacts their entire community. So that was really, really cool thing to see. They did get a large investment from Lilly in order to kick that off the ground, and will continue that process off and running on its own. So that gives us ideas about how we can bring those types of experiences to Cascade High School and give graduation seals that students up here locally. We don't have a magic pot of money unless somebody's hiding one, like what fell into Brown County. But there are things that we can do to develop experiences for our high schoolers, similar experience. So we're excited about future possibilities with student-run businesses at Cascade High School. That's it for me and master plan updates.
One question. Do
Yes.
you know what the donation from Lilly was, the amount?
$3 million.
I got that big of a pocket.
It was an alumnus who was very generous.
And what's the structure of the business?
So they do a lot. Their biggest thing is graphic design and print manufacturing. And they run everything from orders to shipping and receiving, customer sales. They're also doing tool and die. So they are manufacturing aluminum chest pieces. They make bottle openers, a lot of
like school branded spiritware type.
They have expanded past their school, and they run contracts through companies. So a company can contract with the school, and the students they do custom embroidery, screen printing, tool and die, custom paint work. It's quite the ordeal. Their middle school has basically the same thing, only a much smaller version. That is, I think, realistic of what we could target at Cascade High School. But like I said earlier, there are hurdles such as we won't have that level of an operation.
Anybody else have any questions? All right, thank you, Kale. Yep. We have any public comment on anything? Dustin?
Nothing.
Nice jacket, hat, Merry Christmas.
Very best.
And the buses were always super clean every time the football team left and went somewhere, so. Is that?
They're not cleaning it up.
Well, we appreciate your help, anyways. We'll go to the MCCTA.
On Monday, we had some meeting with Mr. Wilkinson and Mr. Carmichael for corporation discussions. And speaking on behalf of all teachers, I want to thank both Mr. Wilkinson and Mr. Carmichael. I know they've been doing that at all our schools. They were at East today, and the teachers really appreciated it. Just to have the time in your ear and let us voice concerns and opinions and be heard. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Brian or Kale?
Yeah, Kale and Mr. Smith, school that have in mind. So I'll just say, one of the items we've been working on the side is increasing our food service numbers across the district. Specifically breakfast for us is a pretty low number, especially the high school, middle school kids just don't go into the cafeteria much in the morning. So we applied for American Dairy Association grant to get a free put out. We're kind of condensed in our hallway between where the kids come in from car rider and bus, and we're awarded that grant, so we're going to get about a $10,000 free yogurt cart that can go there. We're also updating our point of sale system within food service that will allow us to sell to a middle school or high school kid coming up to punch in their code, and hopefully we'll see more interaction at breakfast. If it goes well, it could also give us some ability to free-flow some of our lunches as well, since a lot of our kids are walking through the buildings during the day, to be able to pop in and buy a lunch at a mobile spot versus having to go all the way to improve our food service experience on that one. And then as Mr. Smith pointed out, we are doing mid-year check-ins with all staff, so we spend a full day in every building. Our last one is tomorrow as well, so it's been a lot of really good feedback from everybody, and I think a good time for staff tonight just to sit and talk to them in a small room, nobody else around, and hear any concerns, what's going well or what we can do better.
I'd say for me, I didn't chime in when the boys were here present for the state title recognition, but it was very cool. Being a part of that in this new role as assistant superintendent, and I can't remember who mentioned it. I can say a little bit about our community in a minute, but I mean, at the state conferences for administrators, I always rep my Cascade gear when we go to things like that. We are a known commodity now. I can't tell you the number of people that came up and talked about softball and football, 2024, 2025. It's like, oh, you guys are a high school champions now. And that's really, it's fun. It's cool. Something I hope that we can continue. But at Lucas Oil was absolutely amazing. I mean, we had the largest presence of almost any other school there. And I believe that our community can take 15% of the credit for South Putnam's victory as well, because we doubled the size that they. It is very awesome to have 3 schools so close together, 1A, 3A, and then the 6A champions in Brownsburg, to be centrally located and close and have relationships with those schools. It's very, very neat, but I loved seeing the amount of community support that was displayed at Lucas Oil. It was absolutely fantastic.
I'll let you go, Sam.
A lot to celebrate tonight, football team, a lot. I thought it was exceptional. I have 3 children that went through the district. The youngest is 15. I don't remember a 2nd or 3rd grade performance that was that solid. So I certainly appreciate that. I sat through a lot of them. It's a great time to be a cadet. It's a great community. Connor said a lot in that regard too, but I just can't emphasize enough that when everyone's got the same goal in mind, and there's only one acceptable answer, which is be the best you can be, you can accomplish a lot. And we're seeing it over and over again. It's not a couple state championships. We're trending in the right direction. I like it. So that's all I have.
Congratulations to our Excellence Award winners. Again, the boys football team is just amazing. So everybody super excited to hear it. Shouted it out to all my kids wherever they were. Some of them were there, some of them weren't. They're staying. And also the 2nd graders, I had a particular favorite as well. So that
Music program's on the up too.
yeah. To Kayla Bryan for taking the time out to go talk to the teachers. I know that does a lot for our climate culture here too. I know it means a lot to the teachers and being heard. Hopefully, if there are changes that need to be made, those can be made there too. Merry Christmas.
Well, I said everything I needed to say earlier. I will say I didn't mention the 2nd grade performance. I agree with Tim. That was solid and on point. I had never sat through a 2nd grade program like that. Merry Christmas, and also to point out that Mr. Blickenstaff, Bart, pulling your hair out on the way home. It seems from our approach or from our side that you all are doing a very good job, and just thank you for your efforts. Pat?
I usually don't do this, but I made some notes tonight. I was so busy. First, congratulations to all our award winners. Don't want to leave them out. As far as the 2nd grade choir concert, I think we need to book them every year for our December meeting. That's great to hear those kids sing that holiday music. Again, congratulations to the football team, all this was. And I wanted to thank, and I did when I was here, Mr. Stevens, for all the extra work he did. I can't imagine how busy he was. Fantastically semi-state here at home. And I know Mr. Stevens did a lot of work, a lot more than you can probably imagine. Also want to thank the Denny and Mick families for these sweet opportunities. Coach Simmons, I think I heard him say tonight he was staying here for a long time.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard tonight. And last of all, I want to congratulate Dustin for the jacket of the night here, dinner jacket of the night. It was the best. Thank you.
All right, Tom,
Yeah, so,
take it home.
Kale mentioned the community support, and Scott touched on it too when he got up and talked about what he saw at Lucas. But the coaches, the players, athletics, like they're not in the room now. It's educators, and one of the quotes was from Ty Foster from the 21, maybe 2020 sectional run they made. And that was here. I think they lost to University, but he had said, he had told, as you get more successful, the people will come out of the woodwork to support you. And that's very true. Our successes, I hope, will extend far beyond just athletics. Like, we have seen great academic support here. And I know COVID put a big damper on that statewide, but I would like to get back to the top. And those successes that you can create in the classroom, like you will get the support as those successes continue to happen. Whatever the Lily Dome,
Brown County.
Brown County, like that kind of stuff, it will happen. We need to continue our excellence in the classroom, and then as board members, continue our charge, which is let's improve everything we touch without touching our community's money.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone, and we are adjourned. See you after the first of the year.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you guys.